Yeah, and Craig, real quick, it's our thought process around this is health.
Yeah.
That really we want churches to be as healthy as they possibly can be, and we think we're not anti-growth,
No.
Right.
obviously.
Sure.
But as I was thinking about our talk, our session here today, this thought crossed my mind is that growing in and of itself isn't inherently wrong. And as a matter of fact, most times it's really good. The real issue is, why do I want my church to grow?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Why? What's the motivation? Can you speak to that a little bit? I know that's not on our list, but I'd like to just toss that over to you.
Sure. Well, I think you've probably had this as well, Jim. When somebody says to you, "How are things going in Fenton?" and you say, "Great," and then they say, "How many are you running on Sunday morning?"
Yeah.
And people want to equate it to some kind of a number. And I think that the reason why a lot of people do that is it's really easy to count. I mean, you can, okay, somebody sat in the back and they counted how many people were sitting there, or somebody counted the offering. What's harder to measure is the qualitative growth. How do you put a figure on somebody has gone from this level of immaturity in their Christian walk to this level? How do you measure that? And so that's why I think it's really easy to slip back into going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, as opposed to saying, okay, well, I know because I've hung around with this guy. I've been one-on-one with him. I've seen small groups. I've seen this growth. I know where he's going. That's the harder thing to measure.
Yeah.
And so therefore it's, somebody's looking for a pat on the back. Well, how do I get a pat on the back for that?
Right. It's funny too, because if you value growth and you program growth, your culture is growth, your sermons are growth, and obviously that which grows numerically doesn't necessarily, like we're saying, mean healthy growth. No. I've watched churches explode in numbers and then watched the families in them explode because of their involvement in the church at times. But if you think about it, John, to maybe put my own 2 cents in for your question, the books that we normally read, the seminars we normally attend, the superstars with the big followings. I mean, they're not normally a church of 100 people. The church of 100 people don't necessarily get invited to be the presenters or have the platform to launch a book. And that's another reason why I think Craig's book is really useful, is it's giving us the metrics of discipleship. And we talk about it here, Craig. We talk about the height of the pyramid and the base of the pyramid, that we have ministry 2, a certain number being the top of the pyramid, but ministry 4 being the base. And the base determines the stable height. So if you have ministry for 100 people, you'll soon have 100 people, whether you have 200 people today or 50 people today. It's irrelevant, because there's ministry for 100 people. 100 people will find themselves at home in the family of God in that local congregation. But one thing I've never had anybody ask me is, how many do you have ministry for? They always ask, how many do you have ministry to? How many people showed up last Sunday? What's your average? And I am with you. I wouldn't even know how to begin to answer the question, because how do you quantify, something that really is more qualified?